Hey guys, Tutor Marine here with another video. Today talking about the frozen Chosin for Semper Sundays. There's not a lot you can say about these guys that hasn't been said already. These guys were badasses. The Marines that fought there, the corpsmen that fought there, and even some of the soldiers that were there were just some fucking tough dudes. The weather for them, on average, so basically, not to skip past what happened previously, but basically North Korea was being very, very aggressive towards South Korea. They'd started to push down into South Korea to invade them. And basically, since South Korea is our ally, we sent the fucking 1st Marine Division over there to fucking kick ass, take names. And we landed at Incheon, which is a city along the coast there in South Korea. And there's more to it. I'm just giving you the general idea. And basically we landed and started pushing forward and eventually started driving them back north. And our goal was to get them past, is the 42nd parallel, I believe. And our goal was to basically push them past, get them out of South Korea, and fucking prevent them from hurting people in South Korea, basically. And but once they got up into the Chosin Reservoir, which is its own place. I don't know. It just is. You have to look up some videos of it. I can't do it justice describing this reservoir, but look up some videos of it. There's some on YouTube, and then there's one on Netflix that I've told you guys to watch before. And if you haven't watched it, go see it. I want to say it's just called Chosin. But anyway, so they pushed up and they ended up getting way up into this place, up into this reservoir, and the weather was horrible. It was cold, and by cold I don't mean like what Texans consider cold when it's like 50 degrees out. I mean like it was below zero a lot of the times. With wind chill is even worse, and these guys were living in it. They had no other choice. Their gear was pretty shit. They had some cold weather clothes, but not quite to the extent that they should have by any means. And one of the things that got me, which really interested me, which I didn't know originally, was that a lot of these guys that were with the 1st Marine Division weren't technically Marines. A lot of them had not gone through boot camp. They'd signed up, and they were going to go, but they needed guys there to go fight, and so they literally just rushed them through some very, very basic training. I want to say it was like 2 weeks worth of training, and they sent these guys to go fucking fight the North Koreans. And in the end, it ended up being the Chinese they were fighting, but we didn't know that initially. And so these were some tough fucking dudes. They hadn't gone through. A lot of them had not gone through formal training. They just fucking did what Marines do, and they just got the job done. The Marines were fighting. It was freezing cold, and they got to the point where their position was untenable. They could not hold it. It was found out later that the Marine Corps, that the 1st Marine Division, ended up fighting 13 Chinese divisions. They'd had them surrounded in this valley. The Chinese did, and so it was 13 divisions versus the 1st Marine Division. And the numbers and the thought of that is just insane. Trying to kill this chick before. It's not going to happen. Is it maybe? Did we beat it? No, damn it. Oh wait, yeah we did. Awesome. Sorry. So it was yeah, literally 13 divisions versus the one, and that's just crazy to me. They got to the point where, so when they were up in this position, the Chinese were just throwing wave after wave after wave after wave of guys, literally suicide attacks against these Marines, and just some of the stories that these Marines that survived this thing had were insane. Like one of the guys, and you can tell it still absolutely killed him, but when he was in his position, the Marines to either side of him were killed when they were fighting, and he literally, there were so many so many Chinese coming at him that he used the bodies of the dead Chinese that they had already killed, as well as the bodies of the dead Marines, and basically used them to build a wall in front of him. And other Marines did this as well, but to build a wall to try and stop some of the bullets, to try to slow down the enemy, because it was just a human tide against these guys. And every single time they fought them off, and they fucking did what they had to do. And it's just insane to think of that. They eventually they started getting their shit together, and they were going to push back down towards the coast, to push back south. And as they did this, the Chinese kept hitting them. And there's parts where they would break apart part of the convoy, and they would literally just kill everybody in it. Wounded Marines, wounded soldiers, wounded Navy, everything. And they would just murder them right there. There's a story of one of the guys who the Japanese came, or I keep calling them Japanese, the Chinese came and were shooting the people in the truck that he was in. Like, 'cause his feet were all fucked up from frostbite, and so it's tough for him to walk, and they'd seen him, and they drug him out of the truck, and they were gonna kill him. And they got him out of the truck, and they shot him, and it hit him, but it didn't kill him. He played dead, though. Once they shot him, he played dead, and they just threw his body off the side of the road, and he just laid there, just acted like he was dead, to the point where the Chinese moved on, and he eventually met up with some other Marines and was able to get caught up with his unit. But you just have to watch. You really have to watch the documentary, which I'll try and link it, at least the name of it, in the description. I can't think of the exact name offhand, and it'll humble you, to say the least. Just what these guys went through is just insane. It really is. And then they eventually pushed through, and they made it back down south, and along the way they rescued thousands upon thousands of Koreans that needed the help, and because they would have been killed off. And jeez. And the cool thing is that by the time it was done, there was already said that they... God damn it, my wife keeps fucking texting. Hold on. I said they were going against 13 divisions, and by the time that it was all said and done, there was at least one, possibly more, of the Chinese divisions that were never able to be combat effective again. The Marines there fucked them up so badly that those divisions could not be reinstated. They absolutely destroyed them. And oh geez, we killed this fast before. And just that level of fucking destruction is insane. My wife is crazy. And they fucking kicked ass there. The victory as we wanted it wasn't achieved, but we did get them out of South Korea, which in the end, I guess, is the only thing that really mattered. But the Marines there were just fucking tough as balls. There's so many Medal of Honor recipients from that situation. It was just insane. You guys definitely do your research if you haven't yet, to kind of give you an idea and just increase your level of respect for what those guys went through. I will be posting the link in this, and not the link to the video because I think it's on Netflix, but I'll be posting the name of the documentary so that you guys can watch it, because I really do think that it's something that all Marines need to watch. It's just one of those things that you have to. Oh, hiccups. But yeah, it's tough to really talk about this and not, be humbled. Just knowing that there's guys that went through so much to protect other people. And I love it. I absolutely love it. If you guys have any questions, any concerns, as always, let me know. And I will do what I can to respond to you, as always. I appreciate you watching. And I'll see you guys in the next one. Semper Fi.